Hidden Object Guru here, back with more Mystery Case Files Prime Suspects, where we were looking for a bat, a rat, a nut, and a compass. Also a heart. But I like saying things in fours that way, because there's 8 and then you get to do 2 groups of 4 is the thing. Oh, Bulldog. Are you in every screen this time? The answer, of course, is no. I feel like the heart should be in a... No, okay, I thought it was going to be hidden in the iron working up there, but at the top left of the screen, that wasn't the case. If you'll recall, we were in the middle of investigating... Oh, there's the yarn ball again. There's the rat who stole a diamond by checking out the alibis of various criminals. Various known criminals. None of them have been up to anything disgusting yet. But I don't have any confidence that the game won't go there, given the last game in the series. Also, the last one was about a guy who was munchhousing his fiancée, and then when she discovered it, he murdered her with an axe and walled her up in the basement. So it's a dark series, is my point. There's the peace sign. 8? Is this dice again? Is the 8 dice? Without you're pulling on me. Do you need a gun? Because I found a gun. You need a cinnamon roll, which is right there. That was nice. Oh, there's the 8. I thought it was going to be a trick 8 or something. There's the coin purse. Wow, this one isn't so bad, is it? Button wrench toy boat. Oh, there's the toy boat. See what I'm saying? Like, this one is... There's a bowling ball in with the... and a maraca in with the stuff down there. Oh, there's the button. Yeah, this has been the easiest one we've dealt with so far. And there's the wrench. Wow. There's a frog. Thanks, grocer. Green grocer. Tweedle's dolls. I don't want to go back to the abandoned hotel, because that means I have to do the flashlight again, don't I? 3 dogs, hen, screw, spider. I'm not confident in my ability to find 3 dogs. 3 dogs, hen, screw, spider, boat, harp, 3 horns, frog. Wow, there are 4 extra items that it's basically unfair to ask me to find. I don't see any dogs. Oh, there's one. Nope. I was wrong. This place is overwhelmingly me with the kind of mess I'm looking at. There we go. Oh my god. One of the dogs was a corn dog. I may hate you, Mystery Case Files Prime Suspects. Like, I might actually hate you. I've got complicated emotions about you is all I'll say for now, but, Wait, what? Oh, that was one of the horns, right? I need 3 horns. At least I found the hen without too much difficulty. Okay, is that a horn? It is not. That's a horn. No! What is that inside the sewing machine there? It's really weird. Oh, it's a C-clamp. Right? C-clamp? That's what they're called? I think. I got a parasol. I got a crown. I've got a leaf of lettuce on a dude's head. Doll maker. A bat. I've got a ghost back here. Or something like a ghost. I got a whole chicken, which I guess is different. A whole roast chicken, which is different from the hen that I was supposed to click on. There's the frog. Harp. Harp shouldn't be too hard to find. That's not it. That's a rake. There's the screw. You know what? That's an auger. That's not a screw. I mean, technically an auger is a giant screw, but still. We've got a paperclip. A giant paperclip. We've got a treble clef. We've got a doggy footprint, which doesn't count as a dog for obvious reasons. We've got a dog of the sea, the seahorse, but that doesn't count. Also, this is the first time anyone has ever called a seahorse a dog of the sea. Because they're horses of the sea. To the point that, you know, like Aquaman-style characters ride them. What are we doing? Why am I having... I thought that might have been a hot dog next to the pink, giant pink doll that's also got a pink umbrella. Oh, is that a harp? Yes, it's a tiny, tiny doll-sized harp. I seriously hate this doll screen. One dog, screw, spider, boat, 2 horns. Screw, spider, boat, 2 horns. Screw, spider, boat, 2 horns. How is this spider hiding so effectively? There's no web on screen, is there? Well, I mean, it doesn't have to restrict itself to a web, but it would be polite. Alright, let's move on, and we'll circle around back if we have to, which we probably will. Considering there's only 19 other items left in the game. Oh, good, there is no, what do you call it this time? Do I need a rat? No, but I need a funnel. There's his thoughtful gift, the roses that Frankenstein is oh, Jesus, he wants to propose to the dress form thing here that someone is turning into a, ew. Bloody hand. Ew. Okay, there's a hockey mask to go with the hockey stick. That was cute. Does that count as a club? It's a golf club, not a hockey stick, dummy. There's a Jason mask right there, giving you like a pretty big hint about that. Alright, that's not a bat, that's a butterfly. Can't imagine how I got those confused. There's a yin-yang. I need a mortar and pestle. There's the bat. There's a skate. Mortar and pestle, compass, bloody hand. Oh, I see. That's a bloody hand print. You want an actual bloody hand. Weirdo. There's another nut. There's whatever the hell that's supposed to be. Seriously, what is that supposed to be? Wrapped around the pipe on the top of the screen. I got the skate. I've got intestines. I've got a moon on top of where the intestines would be in that thing. Diagram, I guess. We've got a lot of air fresheners. Mortar and pestle. Alright, so let's check along the bottom. That would be a logical place for a mortar and pestle. Ah, there they are. It was close to the bottom. There's a flask, there's a screw, there's a key, there's a protractor, there's a key. There's like a wind-up key here. No, that's the pacifier. Ah. Compass, bloody hand. Again, we're assuming you mean... Nope, it was the other kind of compass. If I can find the bloody hand, we're out of here. But I am, for some reason... Oh, God, the lamb that's also a nurse needs help. That's so heart-wrenching. Seriously, where is the bloody hand? Because it's not the blood... It was the bloody handprint, it just didn't want to let me click on it. Screw you, game. Carousel. Bunny, rubber chicken, pinwheel cowbell, horseshoe, rubber duck, phone receiver. You mean the handset, right? Washboard. Okay, this shouldn't be such a challenge. Bunny, rubber chicken. Oh, there's a lion back there. So bunnies are usually like hidden at the bottom of the screen, right? What the hell is that thing? Is that a tie? I think that's a tie. Next to the key, next to the crab. Nice. Let's see. What have we got? We've got a monkey. We've got fleurs de lis right over the rubber chicken. Let's find a cowbell. Nope. Ah, there it is. Bunny, cowbell... Bunny, horseshoe, phone receiver. Bunny, horseshoe, phone receiver. Okay. Bunny, horseshoe, phone receiver. Okay. That's not a bunny, that's a kangaroo. I don't know what that's supposed to be. A helmet? He's got a badge. Bunny, horseshoe, phone receiver. Are you sure you wouldn't like a candy cane? I've got one of those. It's not those frustrating candy sticks that were impossible to find. Bunny. Ah, bunny. Wow. A so entirely obviously placed bunny that I may never live down my failure to find it. There's the horseshoe. If I could just get a phone receiver, we're going to have a third clean sweep on our hands. But this level is a disaster area. God, although I say that, in the last game, Huntsville, there was a phone receiver. I don't know if you saw this video. There was a phone... oh, there it is. That was blue, right? And they had placed it on top of the glass case on top of some donuts. so it looked like the actual handle to the donut case, which I think is deceptive to the point of cheatery. I'm going to go back to Tweedle's dolls, because ideally, I don't want to have to deal with this two horns situation. I want to find a couple of items before, because I don't want to waste a hint. There's the spider. Oh my god. Come on, one more item and we are... No, we're not done. I still have to find two horns. Ugh. Come on. I have to find either two more items. There's one of the horns. Okay. We're good. I still need to find... one more item and we are out of here. Is that a dog? That is a dog. We're done. So now I have to think about what I want to find. Do I want the screw the boat one horn, or do I want to go back to the capital city station and get the items here? One knot heart compass. That's a clock, not a compass, dummy. Like, say drafting compass. And there's the drafting compass. As I said it, it showed up. There's the heart. Wow, I missed a lot, didn't I? So let's use hints to find out where two items on the other screen are. Right? And then I won't actually get them. Screw boat one horn. What did you just select? Oh my god, the screw is under and inside the C-clamp. I'd say that's borderline unfair, but it's not... Oh god, the boat is in plain view. I don't have an excuse on that front. I shouldn't have clicked on it. I wanted to go use a hint on the other screen. Well, whatever. We're back. There's our Dr. Frankenstein character. Making a nuisance of himself as he will. I assume he's down here putting a brain in the thing because Frankenstein wants a brain for his bride. Ah, good. I was guessing where that might be, and I, as you can see, was not doing a great job. There we go. There's the other hand. Oh. Franken got mad. Was it the Wolfman was dancing with Frankenstein's bride? Franken got mad, he nearly re-died. Is that the lyric? That might be too obscure. Alright, in fact, it might be obscure enough to make a quiz out of. So let's do that. The Wolfman was dancing with Frankenstein's bride, or it could have been the mummy, but probably not the mummy. But I think it's the Wolfman was dancing with Frankenstein's bride. Franken got mad, he nearly re-died. And the nearly re is, of course, just someone's strange accent. Let's have a champagne jam. But anyway. So yeah, can you tell me what that was a reference to? That lyric I just quoted. If you can, and you're the first commenter below this video to mention it, you will win a prize. And I've got a new policy here at the channel. Now, in addition to just telling me... obviously, you just have to come up with it. I don't need more information from you. But please put the time code in the video where you heard the quiz in your statement. That's what you need to do to win, both correctly answered and do the time code. I got into a situation recently where someone won one of the quizzes. And it was a quiz from so long ago, I had no memory of having done the quiz. So, I mean, while I didn't accuse the person of cheating and making up a quiz, I now ask when people hear the quiz to just put a little list of where you heard the quiz, what time of the video, so I can just go check to make sure. Because, and it's not so much that I don't believe people, it's that, well, how can I tell if you got the right answer if I don't know what the quiz was? See my problem? Yeah, I think it's a very it's a problem that people can't relate to, and I get that. It's a problem that maybe I'm the only person who has this problem, but it is a problem for me. One of those had to be right. Innocent? No, not again. Alright, well, what was he up to? Alright, he was making Frankenstein, yeah. He was to make a new friend. Okay. Alright, who's next? What sick deviant is next? Did porridge for filching and did porridge? Is that a Cockney rhyming slang for jail time? This likes to get bloody well sauced and toss a wee. Ugh, God, I hate you. Find crime computer to unravel the mystery where the suspect was and diamond theft book took place. Okay. Let's start with Pier 11 because that sounds fun. 2 seal presses. Okay, sure. Army man, typewriter, peach, suitcase, rolling pin, corn dog. God, corn dogs every frigging time. Small bird. Is that... No, that's a bat. I'm gonna click on it anyway. Small bird, small bird. Okay. Pretzel, army man, typewriter. Is that an army man? No, it's a trophy for fencing. Do I have to turn up the brightness on this TV? Because this looks... I don't know how it looks on your TV, but it looks excessively dark to me. Oh, there's a small bird. He's on top of the plunger. Nice. 2 seal presses, army man. Is there some clever way that they're tricking me with seal presses? Like one of them is going to be an actual seal? That's like pushing on something. Is that the scam they're running on me this time? There are scissors floating in the water. I don't know how that's possible. Suitcase! I swear that's the suitcase from the last game. And maybe also Ravenhurst. There's a telephone sign. There's a duck. Which I see what... Oh my god, is that the seal press? The 2 seal presses were next to each other and were part of the door. An innovative play game. You really tricked me that time. Peach shouldn't be too hard to find. That's a distinctive shape, right? Apparently not. Is that it? It is! Turns out Peach wasn't a distinctive shape, even though I was thinking of a pear when I clicked on it. Ugh, no. Alright, I'll go find the battery. At least I don't have to figure out a tricky locked door and some nonsense like that. I'm looking at you. I believe the game was called Ravenhurst, with your Rube Goldberg doors that drove me to distraction. Squash! Coconut. 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 Why aren't you letting me click on the coconut? Thank you. Fern. So, considering that there's not a fern in plain... Oh, there is. It's right there. I was about to say it would definitely... Is this a human skull? No, that's like a prehistoric skull. There's a creepy demon face, so that's good too. There's a die. Do you need that? Maple leaf, ball of yarn. Well, there's the maple leaf. Is the ball of yarn the same pink and blue ball of yarn we've seen the whole time? It is. Tea and cookies together? It's like a whole tea set? Ow. Huh. Nope. There's a lion in with the bread. That's weird. I'm not seeing the tea and cookies, weirdly. I could think a tea and cookies service would be hard to miss. But I really am missing it. Huh. Wait. No, that's not it. Wait. There we go. All that's left is the human skull, which is in the hands of the thinking monkey. The monkey is considering evolution. Or he's one of those Planet of the Apes monkeys who's, you know, reflecting on the disappearance of humans. And how they, the monkeys, shouldn't have killed all of them. Fernleaf. Again? Huh. Do you think it'd be red, like in that famous book? Nautilus shell. Orange slices. Thank you. Button, harmonica, bell, fernleaf. Lighthouse cat. That's a dog. Is that a cat back there? It is not. You need a giraffe? I've got one of those. Favorite things, the usual objects. In plain sight, the long stare. Wow, that's terrible. You're basically making fun of me for playing this game. You know that? It's not cool to do. I mean, I'm not going to stop playing it, but I don't like the implication. That's a horn. Bell, lighthouse, cat. Well, the lighthouse is obviously a picture. Or in this case, a decal. There's the bell. It's one of those handbells. Who doesn't love those? Alright, we need a nautilus shell. Yep. We need a harmonica, which is the most deadly type of onica. Wow. Again, someday I'm going to make a... Hey, it's the black acorn again. Neat. Someday I will make a joke I'm proud of, I swear it, but it's not going to be today. That's the battery. That's the battery right there. Gotcha. That really looked like the battery next to the fish. So, are they going to close the screen if I didn't find the battery? Or not? Flynn's Pub. This place looks okay. Half Moon, Gold Star, Scissors, or Skizzers if you prefer. Fishing lure, plane, typewriter, robot, fish. Okay, well, obviously the plane could be either kind, but it's the flying kind. Found it immediately. Robot, there's the robot. Not seeing the fish yet. You need a typewriter? You do! Now I know what a typewriter looks like for that other screen. Half Moon. If you were a half moon, what would you look like? You know what I mean. Fish. Fishing lure. Gold star. Fish, fishing lure, gold... Ah, there's the gold star. Thank you kindly. Scissors, half moon. Fish, fishing lure, gold star, scissors, half moon. There's the fish. Or the fishing lure. I mean, that could have been either. It was the fish. It was small and it was shiny, so I thought there was a chance it was a fake one, but I was wrong. There is a frog. There is a Nessie. I think that's a Nessie. Oh, there's the fishing lure. It's one of those one made of feathers, which is for, I think, fly fishing? I'm pretty sure it's fly fishing, as I remember from the TV show Hannibal, which is the best TV show. I don't know if, there's the half moon. Well, no, that's not a half moon. I mean, they're calling it a half moon, but that's a quarter moon. Scissors are all that's left. I almost said is all that's left. Ugh. But yeah, if you haven't seen Hannibal, I know I recommend it a lot. I'm not gonna, start singing its praises here, except to say that it's wonderful, and everyone should see it. Ye olde curiosity shop. I can't believe I keep missing the battery. Yellow marble, sundial, 2 citrus fruits. Well, there's an orange. Is the other one a lemon or a lime? Or a third? Oh no, it's the other one. I do so love grapefruit. Why the hell did they call it grapefruit? Balloon! Do you need a skull? Because that one is creepy as F. There's the fly. I think I would have had a hard time finding that if it wasn't absolutely in the dead center of frame and up like a foot. Club, cat, balloon, sundial. Club, cat, balloon, sundial. There's the sundial. There's the cat. Voist der Balloon. Voist der Balloon. Because it can be either kind. It can be the... there it is. I was just going to say it could be the one you ride in, or it could be the one you put on a string. So I got a question. I saw this comedy news story about this guy who was planning to... and again, it's... how much of this is the guy just trying to get publicity and how much of it is what he's really doing. But I'm just going to describe it as non-judgmentally as I can, although it'll be a little hard when you hear what I say. Okay. So he's a guy who is trying to build a rocket to take him up to the edge of space so he can bring a camera with him to prove that the world is flat. And apparently he's tried to build this rocket and take him up into space more than once. And it's just not working. Like, he's not good at it. Still not seeing the battery. Where the hell is this battery? I'm just going to be right back. I had a light on that was putting a lot of reflections on the screen, and it was driving me crazy. Sorry about that. Normally I would pause it, but the way I have to play this game at 800 by 600, which means I don't have the little counter telling me what my current frame rate is, which means I don't know when the game is successfully paused or unpaused, so I can't, like, I don't dare turn the, try to pause the recorder, or I might screw up this whole thing. What a tragedy that would be. Now you're just being hard on yourself for no reason. So it could be either kind of club, but I'm not seeing either kind. Jesus, there's that bloody hand again. Stop putting that bloody hand in all this, guys. It's upsetting to look at. So yeah, so he wants to go to the edge of space. Hey, it's a jackalope. I love those. I didn't know jackalopes had raccoon tails. Oh. To prove that the world is flat, and he'll bring back photographic evidence. And here's the thing, and this is why the balloon brought that up. I feel like rocketry is incredibly difficult. It is really, really hard to build a rocket that safely launches and safely goes high and safely gets you back to Earth, right? But by comparison, and if I'm wrong about this, feel free to correct me, but, like, can't you just get a balloon? Like, isn't it relatively simple to just get some kind of a capsule that's going to have, so let's check Pier 11. We're going to have to go back looking for this friggin' battery everywhere. Army Man typewriter. Is that the Army Man? No. Seriously, how do you lose a typewriter? I've still got 27 minutes left, so I'm not exactly in a time crunch yet, but this is really annoying. Like, if it's more complicated than this... the typewriter was sideways. And there's the Army Man. Alright, all done. So here's my question. Where the F is this frigging battery? Alright, I get it. Alright, so Dirty Dog Deli. We know what the battery looks like is the thing. It's yellow. It's black banded. It's a yellow battery with black bands. It can't hide. I know exactly what it looks like. I found a bunch of them. So we're confirming it's not... Right, Rialto Theater. Is it really that difficult, is what I'm saying, to get to the edge of space using a balloon? Can't you just get a balloon of the correct material to be able to deal with the pressure changes as you go up higher? And you know, attach the balloon, you get a bunch of tanks of helium or hydrogen or whatever you plan on using. You know, one of the other 18 lighter-than-air gases. I know that's not how it works, but bear with me. Okay, I really swore that was the battery, but and since it's not, I don't know what that is. Just up and right of the lady in the sombrero. And then, you know, you go up there, you take your photography, and then you just, like, hit your valve, release a bunch of stuff from the balloon, you lower yourself back down. Or you cut the balloon loose, and you deploy the parachutes. Like, I don't know how you get back down, but I'm saying it's gotta be less complicated than a rocket, right? Alright, so I've just checked Pier 11. No sign of the battery everywhere. I feel comfortable that I have checked the other two available locations with no sign of the battery there either. So now I'm going to really scour the Curiosity Shop and Flynn's Pub. Okay? See if there's any sign of this frigging battery. Or the club I'm here to find. Let's do the pub first. I think the pub's going to drive me less crazy. Oh no, there's the club. That is really hard to see, guys. Like, even for a hidden object game, that was really hard to see. Scouring, scouring, scouring. Nope, just not seeing it. Really frustrating, too. Anyway, that got away from me. I apologize. Like, is it not easier to just hop in a balloon, go up to the edge of space, take your photographs, get back down? Like, it seems like the amount of moving parts and explosives involved in rocketry is incredibly dangerous, but by comparison, like, a dude went up to the edge of space. Oh, there's the battery. It's in plain view. Alright, I want you to look at this battery, right? By the way, it doesn't tell me there's a battery here. That looks so much like the thing. See that thing I just picked up? tell me that's not the same item that's here in the Rialto Theater. That's absolutely the same item. I'm gonna stop complaining about this. I apologize. City dump. Let's do it. Oh, screw you. Spaceman's gavel, apple, anvil. Gavel. Oh, there's the anvil. Do I need a frog? Gavel, apple, anvil. There's the army man. Coffee cup. Need a bottle opener? No. Gardening fork, coffee cup, spring. Got a cowboy. That's dynamite. Got a gardening fork? No. Yeah, there it is. Gardening fork, coffee cup, spring. God, I hate these so much. Oh, it goes red when I miss. Nice. Oh, hey, I can just use the clues. Yay. I thought that might have been an actual Dunkin' Donuts product placement box, but it was not. What is it? Gavel, apple, spider. There's the spider. Oh, I can't click on the spider even though it's in the outside of the screen. Can I turn this off and just click on that? No, that's not how it works. Gavel, apple, spider. That is not a gavel. There's a gavel. No, still no. Oh, there's two cowboys. One on the top right, one on the bottom left. Gavel, apple, spider, coffee cup, spring. And I can just start using clues any second now. I just want to give myself, you know... I took such frigging work to get here, is what I'm saying. That I would like to get as many of them as I can on my own. Typewriter. Why is it so difficult to find a coffee cup? I'm asking. I got Fruit Loops. Now, I know in many ways Fruit Loops are the opposite of a coffee cup. I just think for the time and money it takes to put together a rocket, you can get yourself a, just a big-ass, like a huge tank of helium. Many huge tanks of helium. And that's all it would really take, right? Alright, let's just take some hints. What? Oh! The spring! Right. That was embarrassing. And one more. Let's do it. That apple was not as well hidden as I wanted it to be, considering my failure to find it. Let's do it! Oh, God, tiles again. So, cobweb, globe. Gun, cowboy. Wait. Those two were related. Gun, cowboy. And that's not a cowboy. I saw you just now. That was the wrong one, but I did see you just now. Okay, neon. There's the different part of that same guy. There. Nope, that was the wrong one. That is the different part of that cobweb. There's an eyeball. There's a bear. Oh, there's another eyeball. Is that the same one? It is a different one. Cobweb? Yes. Globe. Oh, there's the other side of the cobweb. Thank you. Ah, there you are. I'm being methodical this time. Oh, I saw you, unhappy face. We've got that is a different part of the same neon sign. This whole show me a different part of the same sign stuff is crap, I want to say. Is that the word I'm looking for? It's crap? What am I doing? It was obviously there. In my Easter bonnet with a red bow upon it, be the finest lady in the Easter parade. Sad face. Oh no, wait, I already saw the different angle on the sad face. Ah, there's the I, or yeah, if you're a French speaker. I was hoping I hadn't said anything mean about French speakers recently, but I did. I was reading a well, not French speakers, just French the language. I was writing a Criminal Minds review, and someone in an episode had been like, a character, not one of the main characters, so it wasn't terrible, but had been like, French, it sounds completely different in Montreal than it does in Paris. And I'm like, yep, that's completely true. Like, means different, the same sentence might mean different things because of colloquial differences and slang. It's how languages change and grows, and it's all very interesting. Troublemaker is not involved in the jewel robbery. Several drunken cronies attested to his... Oh, that's nice. I should probably read those more fully. 46 minutes? Are you kidding me? 4 years in the same room, kidnapping, perjury charges. Mrs. Wright, nice. Svelte, 98 pounds, was paroled, hitting 3. Wow. That's man-hating muscle. What? Salvage yard and other capital city locations. Okay. And they're like, so France is spoken all over the world, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, that's true about the differences in it, I gravely disagree that France is spoken all over the world. Like, France is spoken in Paris. Yeah. Spoken in Montreal. And then I'm like, in my review, I'm like, also, I guess, Senegal, although I would have to look it up. And then I did look it up, and it is spoken in Senegal. I was right about that. And I assume there's a couple of other African countries that I wasn't thinking of. And, of course, I missed the entire Caribbean, which naturally has a bunch of French places, like... they speak French in Haiti, for example. I still maintain that a couple of African and a couple of Caribbean countries do not all over the world make. But because, you know, there's a big connection to why they speak French in both of those places. Let's just say it was not a language that traveled naturally because it was so good at explaining things. That was mean, but also 100% accurate. Take that, French, I guess is what I'm saying. All right, we need a fly, which seems like it would be pretty difficult to find in a salvage yard, given, you know, that it's a salvage yard. Although saying that, this has made me, reminded me of one of the worst bits of writing in the history of Criminal Minds. Right? So there's this guy who's kidnapping and killing ladies, right? That's, I like that I said that as if I'm trying to explain to you the premise of Criminal Minds. That's what Criminal Minds is. Like, even though, I don't know, 10%, 15% of serial killers are gay men who kill men. I think it's happened like twice in the history of Criminal Minds, because I guess they don't think men getting killed by men makes for good television, which really makes me just feel sick about the existence of the show Criminal Minds. But whatever. The point I was getting at is, that's a radioactive sign, not a biohazard sign. But they decided to give me a pass on it, which, more power to them. So there's this episode where this lady had been kidnapped, and I'm not going to get into the details of the crime because it's too disgusting to bring up, and I'm not even happy that I know the details of the crime. But they're trying to figure out a lead on this guy, and they have no clues. They're like, how's this guy disposing of the bodies? And so Michael Kelly, who's on the show, who's great. I love Michael Kelly. I'm really sad for him that he now shares the name with a jerk in the Trump administration. That can't be easy for him. But anyway, Michael Kelly was playing a guy who used to be in jail, and then he got out of jail, and now because he knows criminals so well, he profiles them for the government. Which, you know, that's an okay thing for an okay premise, although it does remind me of that terrible show, Breakout Kings, I think it was called, where it's like, they're the team that catches people when they break out of jail, and a bunch of them are criminals who are great at breaking out of jail, so they know all the tricks. I'm like, is breaking out of jail something that happens so often that you need like a special team of people to fly around the world dealing with it a couple of times a month? It just seems like there aren't that many prison breaks, you know? Although maybe I'm underestimating the problem. Anyway, I can't believe I didn't find the hammer. I feel like we found it last time and I'm just at a loss. Also, hammers are pretty distinct, unless it's a sledgehammer, which tends to blend well. No. So yeah, the Michael Kelly character, his response is, I I was in jail with a bunch of mob guys, and I remember them telling me that when they had to get rid of bodies, they would bring those bodies down to the wrecking yard and have them crushed in cars. Maybe this guy's doing that. And I'm like, okay. Well, here's the problems with your logic. One, they were able to do that because they either owned the wrecking yards or, you know, had a or like the guy who ran the wrecking yard owed them a lot of money and was willing to look the other way. That is the kind of thing that explains why the mob was able to do that, right? Two, like, if you don't own a thing... God, I saw the black acorn again. Oh, there it is. Whew. About to get very mad at myself for not memorizing where the black acorn was when I saw it a second time. Feather, huh? Okay. No, not seeing it. Let's just move on. Eyeball feather. So just an eyeball, not a whole eye shape the way we did on the hood of that car in the last screen. There it is. Thank you. I'll search for this feather for a couple of seconds, then we'll move on. Right, so... And if you don't own a garbage place, it is kind of hard. It's not like you can break in there in the middle of the night, carrying a corpse, put the corpse in the trunk of a car, turn on all the machines, crush the car, put the crushed car back with the other crushed cars, and assume you won't get caught. So, like, there's literally no reason to think that unless this serial killer who kidnaps and murders women is mobbed up, there's absolutely no reason to think that there would be any evidence at an auto wrecking yard. Like just zero reference at all, or reason at all. So what the characters do is they go to the nearest auto wrecking yard. Oh god, the dolls again. This was such a disaster last time. I'm not saying I completely humiliated myself, but it was pretty bad. Is that the pumpkin there hiding behind stuff? It is! It's a very small pumpkin. Okay. There we go. Oh, there it is. So they go to the auto wrecking yard, is my point. Feather duster radishes. Radishes? Squirrel. Strawberry. Well, there's the strawberry. And they bring a dog to sniff out the woman he's buried. Which might be on the property. Oh, there's the squirrel. Hey, buddy. Like, how are there a couple of radishes together and I'm missing them? You'd think that would be... And is that not a radish? Whatever. I really feel like that's a radish next to the hot pepper over here. It's on the top shelf, maybe? I'm coming back later and using a hint to find these radishes, because now I'm puzzled. And the dog immediately leads them to something I'll tell you about in a second, but here's the thing. I don't understand why a dog is going to be super effective in a junkyard, because junkyards are full of crashed cars. Crashed cars tend to have a lot of blood on them. So if your dog is just programmed to find blood... Programmed? Oh my god. It's called trained, HOGuru. Jesus. Dog's not a computer. It's kind of creepy that you referred to it as one. Anyway. Jack-o'-lantern. Right? If your dog is trained to find, wash me, 2 parasols, fortune cookie. Parasols are, of course, fancy umbrellas that don't fold, right? You'll be the finest lady in the Easter parade. There's one. No. Nope. I want that so badly to be a gramophone, but I have no evidence that it is, so I can't legally click on it. Sorry, I didn't mean to say legally. I meant to say ethically. Yeah, so wouldn't you find, traces of blood everywhere? Because if you had the specific blood or scent of a specific person you were looking for, I could see bringing the dog. But you don't. you just have the idea that based entirely on Michael Kelly telling a story about the Mafia, you've got it into your head that you're going to find a dead body here at a random junkyard that you have no connection to or reason to think the killer has any connection to. So these are all of the logical steps before they get to the junkyard. And I think you can guess what happens when they get to the junkyard. That's right. After they get to the junkyard, the dog immediately picks up a scent. Like, the second they get there, the dog picks up a scent. So the dog's running around the place. Oh, I've got this scent. I better find it. And so they dig up a patch of earth that is recently turned over. And do you know what they find? I'll tell you what they find. They find a bag, an empty cement bag with blood on it. Is that a dog? No, that's a gorilla. That's the gorilla statue I've seen 100 times. There's the dog. Hey, puppy. Whale's got to be on a picture, right? It's a bear. It's very far from a whale, actually. I was about to say it wasn't that far from a whale, but it totally is. That's a swordfish. So yeah, it's... So they find this bag of pliers. Those are pliers, right? Nice. There's the shamrock. A bag with concrete. And blood on it. And this raises so many questions. So I want to stress that this is a paper bag that... There's the whale. That at one point had cement in it. And so what the killer is doing is he's murdering these women. He's getting an empty oil drum. He's dumping the bodies in there. Right? And after he's dumped the bodies in there, he mixes himself some cement. He fills the drums with cement. He drives them to a lake and he dumps the drums full of cement and a dead woman's body into the water. I'm not happy to have to say that. I'm not happy that happened in the show. I'm not happy I have that information. But that happened on an episode of Criminal Minds Suspect Behavior. Okay? And the reason I say that, the reason I've gone through this thing is... I want to explain... I want to just address the levels of nonsense that have to happen. There's the bat. No, that's a dragon. Damn it, that looked a lot like a bat. There's one lightning bolt, so I guess the other lightning bolt's in an ad. Yep, there it is. And we're done! Hell yes! I think we all know what we're using this hinge for, don't we? So bat and peanut. Let's just take a quick look-see. I mean, I got all the time in the world, but I'm not going to spend it here. Okay, no. What kind of bat is it? No, I'm just not seeing it. And the peanut? That's in the shell, right? Otherwise it would not really be visible. Yeah, I got nothing. That's a drumstick. So here's what has to have happened for them to find the clue. So a guy who has already murdered a woman, right? He has to, after killing the woman... so clever. Alright, and chopping her up, rinsing down... He worked in an auto body shop, and he had... he just threw the... so he has, like, hoses and drains, so he just rinses everything off and washes up. I believe there's a scene... I mean, I don't remember for sure. So if I'm wrong, I would freely admit that, but I really feel that there's a gravestone that says boo. That makes me happy for some reason. I believe that there's a scene where this character, and I hate to say this aloud, where we, like, see him using a hose. Oh, wow, that was easy to find, and I definitely found that last time I was here. To wash off a bandsaw he used to cut up a woman's body. Please, radishes. I do not recognize that those indistinct shapes there are radishes. And they're not. Screw you, game. Screw you so hard. Alright, so he cut up a woman's body with a bandsaw, and then he washes it off with a... Oh my god, I found that mouse last time. I'm so embarrassed now. Or I used it. Ah, crap, this again. Alright, what is it this time? European countries. Well, that should actually be a lot easier. Alright, so where was I? Yes, I was complaining about criminal minds. Turkey. See? Easier. And we don't have any hints left. No! Oh, this is bad. Portugal. Britain. Portugal. Britain. Poland. So this guy had to kill a woman, right? And then, even though he's already, like, washed everything down, he has to, when he's, Switzerland. You got Sweden? I would love Sweden. You do have Sweden. Nice. Or $ Sweden, if you prefer. So he has to sit here, and while he's mixing the cement, he somehow has to get blood all over the paper bag that the cement came in, right? And then he has to look at the fact that he's Finland, although that's more in Scandinavia. I'm kidding. I know it's all the same continent. Although technically, I don't really consider. Is Holland one of them? It would be great if Holland were one of them. I don't really consider Europe to be a continent, but that's a whole other conversation. Okay. Waron. Anyway. Yeah, there haven't been a lot of vertical ones, have there? Been like 2 vertical ones. So let's look vertically for a second. Germany. See? Austria. We're done! Yay! That wasn't so painful, was it? Austria. So much fun to say. Ta-da! We found her! Alright, let's hear her explanation. Okay. This hunky minx is in no way associated with the diamond heist. She was working a job at the wrecking yard. Which is good. Good for her, turning her life around. It said boxy lady instead of foxy lady. I'm judging it harshly. Assault and battery charges after Brandon points thumb off Jesus during a match. Blah, 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 blah. Professional wrestler, inner piece, fondness for pantomime. Nice. Alright, let's do it. Mingo's Playhouse, Aristocrat Hotel. That means we need a battery. God damn it. You know my feelings about batteries. Maybe it'll be a screen where we've already found a battery, and it'll be in the same place. That would be ideal. Was there a battery in Abe's Red Hots? Sorry, Abe's Red Hots? It's a reference to the... Actually, no. Not going to explain that because it makes me sound like a fool. Okay, is that a... No, that's a Tusk Ladybug. Fan necklace Tusk Ladybug. Fan necklace Tusk Ladybug. Alright. Okay. So yeah, the killer has got this bag that he's somehow got blood all over. I full stop don't understand how, if he's already cleaned up and he's just mixing the concrete that he puts into the barrel, how he got blood all over this bag. But let's assume he did. It's made of paper. Literally, he can just set that bag on fire and it will disappear and there will be no evidence that there was ever blood on that bag. Like, no one can take the ashes that are left from that paper bag that are then thrown in the garbage or washed down a drain and say, oh, there was blood in here, let's type it. No, that's not how science works. So, and this is what I said in my review at the time. Either the guy thinks that this is incriminating evidence, or he doesn't. If he thinks it's incriminating evidence, he would just tear up and burn the bag, and no one would ever know. If he doesn't think of it's incriminating evidence, he would just throw it in the garbage and let the garbage pickup take it to the garbage dump where no one would ever notice it. So either he thinks it's incriminating evidence or he doesn't. But there is no set of mental gymnastics that creates a situation where this guy looks at a paper bag with a bunch of blood on it and says to himself, you know what I better do? Wait until the dead of night. I mean, he works in an auto parts store, so he knows where there's a wrecking yard. But the point is, so that's not a stretch. Is there soda here? Lemonade, 5 cents a glass, no. Soda bottle tusk. Is that soda bottle there? Hell yes, it is. We are out of here. Oh no, I still don't have the tusk. Is it at the end of the swordfish's nose? That is not a tusk. Gotcha. You know, we'll come back to this. There's no series of mental gymnastics you can do that has this character look at that and say, you know what? I think what I'm gonna do now is wait until the middle of the night, get myself a shovel, go over to this wrecking yard, dig a hole, put this paper bag in a hole, and then cover it over. There's no reason for him to do that except so Michael Kelly can find it. And that is why Suspect Behavior was amazingly, and I know this isn't going to sound possible, right? It's going to sound crazy when I say this out loud, so, don't judge me too harshly, was an even worse show than Criminal Minds. And oh my god, how is that even possible, right? Alright, what are we doing? I just love the hilarious premise of the show that, there was a need for a quick response profiling team. We got to be able to fly across... and then you had Richard Schiff being like, we've got to be able to get a profiling team to fly across the country at a moment's notice and instantly solve a crime whenever the stakes are high. And they never really managed to come up with an explanation for why that was or how that would work. And so the end point was, it was literally just the exact same premise. Every episode of Criminal Minds, Suspect Behavior. Oh, there's the battery. Let's just do the battery right now. It's weird that I found it as I was done. Oh, there's a telescope. Criminal Minds, Suspect Behavior. Grasshopper, eagle. Oh my god, there are 2? Please tell me there aren't really 2. Curator's office, Aristocrat Hotel. God damn it. At least I remember where that is. Was just the worst show. And I'm not going to be able to prove it to you because you actually have to watch the show, which I don't recommend you do. But I will make this into a quiz in case you've already seen the show. Is that not a mortar and pestle? I really feel like that's a mortar and pestle, because isn't that the stick of the pestle sticking out of it? No, apparently not. 2 apples, heart, pipe, scissors, check. 2 apples. Apple 1. You sure you don't want a spaceship this time? I've got a lot of success clicking on spaceships on this screen. But I will do a quiz. Can you tell me, if you have seen the show, which was the, if not necessarily the worst written episode, yes. The worst written episode of Criminal Minds Suspect Behavior. Then what was the episode that had the worst message on Criminal Minds Suspect Behavior? And I will give you a hint. It was a message, it was a terrible message about parenting. And I don't expect you to be able to get that immediately. So don't worry. But here's the thing. Every individual person who tries to enter this quiz is only allowed to enter it once. Because there were only 13 episodes of Suspect Behavior. So... damn it, where is this? There were only 13 episodes, so you could just list all 13 episodes and you would just win by default. So no doing that. You have to actually, you're only allowed to guess once. I've given you a hint, which I think is a pretty good hint. Well, I hope. And so yeah, just mention it in the comment section below the video, along with the time code of when this quiz came up. It doesn't have to be exact, just easy enough, just close enough that I can easily check the quiz question to make sure you're right. So yeah, if you can guess which was had episode of Criminal Minds, Suspect Behavior had the worst possible message. There we go. I am having no luck on this, am I? By comparison, so for example, look at a show like... oh, there's the heart. Yeah, this has been a disaster. Let me just leave this map, and I'll come back and use the hints later. Eagle, rain check, cat, 3 beetles, ski jumper, handprint. You say 3 beetles? You said 3 beetles. Okay. What does a rain check look like? I honestly do not know what a rain check looks like. Like, that's a thing where you go to the... There it is. Where you go to, like, an outdoor event and then it rains, so they have to put it another day, so it's your replacement ticket for the event, right? Anyway, whatever. Purple bow. Another beetle. God, I hate these so much, and I'm so glad that they have mostly disappeared from hidden object games because they were a blight. That's right, I said it, a blight on the genre. Yeah, so for example, CSI Miami was, you know, the worst written show on television. But, like, the episode of CSI Miami I found the most offensive was not necessarily the worst written episode of CSI Miami. It was just the one with the worst message. That message was that informing on criminals is bad. So that... oh, that's an eagle, sure. Wait, did I not click on a beetle here? A third... Oh, grasshopper didn't count as a beetle. Okay, gotcha. The grasshopper was a separate thing you needed, and that is a arachnid. Which is very far from a beetle. Well, not very far, but you know. Cat, 1 beetle, ski jumper. Cat, 1 beetle, ski jumper. So yeah. It was an insane episode where they were like... you can't trust anyone who calls a police tip line. You can't trust their information, and they're probably bad people because they're only informing on criminals in order to make money. To which I think I would, you know... I think my response would be, you're all paid to be there, aren't you? Like, why should a person not accept a reward for helping solve a crime? It really looked like that, the end of that minute hand, sorry, a compass hand, was a cat head. So I thought that was their clever way of hiding the cat. But I was wrong. There was nothing clever here. Cat, beetle, handprint. Cat, beetle, handprint. Cat, beetle, handprint. Okay. Wait. That is not a cat. I don't know how a cat... Is that the cat? How is that not a cat? Oh, whatever. Wait. No, that's a key. Still not a cat. What is happening? Cat, beetle, handprint. How, while carefully scanning the entire screen, just looking at this tiny bit of it at a time, was I not able to find a cat, a beetle, or a handprint? What a disaster that was, huh? Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, I'm going to do some other screens and hoping to be driven less crazy. 3 footprints, snake, fir tree, lion's head, crescent moon, flame. What a disaster this is going to be. That's not a lion's head. Oh, there's the flame now. Sweets. 2 5-pointed stars, 3 footprints. Oh my god, they're really hammering it in, aren't we? Oh, Criminal Minds, though. I did appreciate you for being, you know, the worst written show on television. Also for Kim Coates' many great performances as Ron, the returning villain on the show, who was just solid comedy gold every time he was on. Just a brilliant performance. It was a show, and I think the best part about the show, I mean, I don't know if you ever watched a little show called CSI Miami. The one redeeming factor about CSI Miami is that, like, everyone but the actors knew they were making a comedy. Like, knew where they're making the most ridiculous show on television. And they didn't tell the actors, because if they told the actors, they might have tried to play it as a comedy, and that would have ruined everything. Where the hell is the lion's head or crescent moon? Don't need a spade. Need another. Okay, so it's a footprint. 5-pointed stars. 2 of them. You got a crown. You got. Oh, there's the crescent moon. Thank you. Sweets, fir tree, lion's head. Does that sweet roll count as sweets? It doesn't. You probably need a handful of rolled up sweets, right? I mean, probably. That's like a pink rose? No. I mean, I didn't need a pink rose. I was just curious. Well, I'm doing terribly on this screen. That's an arachnid, not a 5-pointed star. Fir tree, lion's head. Fir tree, lion's head. Fir tree, lion's head. Just focus on a couple of objects. And then, you know, once a year or twice a year, Kim Coates would come in and he would do this giant, broad, hilarious performance. And he would completely dominate every scene he was in, and it would just be beautiful to watch. And you'd be like, we need more Kim Coates. And then we didn't get more Kim Coates because he got a job on the show Sons of Anarchy, and that took up all of his time for the next 7 years. And now, I don't know where Kim Coates is. Which makes me sad, because he's a very, very fine actor. And just a reliable presence in movies and television. I'm always happy to see Kim Coates in a movie. Hell, I was an extra in a Kim Coates movie once. I mean, it wasn't a Kim Coates movie, but Kim Coates was in it. Along with such luminaries as Kyle MacLachlan and Stephen Baldwin. Although, to say, filthy message, that's cute. To refer to Stephen Baldwin as a luminary is, like, extending the definition of that word so far past its breaking point that I feel guilty for having done so. Bacon, garlic, caliper. Bacon, garlic, caliper. Bunny triangle pizza. Well, the bunny I saw a bunch, so I, you know, never gonna forget that guy. How come we never do the monster face? Is it because you don't know what to call it game? Is that why? Where was the triangle? Remember I killed myself with frustration trying to find the triangle? And I never managed it? Did I end up using a hint, or did I end up... I mean, I don't think I found it. Where's the bacon? Caliper are those, measuring things that... There. Don't even need to finish hypothetically describing that's in plain view. Garlic caliper triangle pizza. Garlic caliper triangle pizza. Garlic caliper triangle pizza. Actually, yeah, that's a fun quiz. What movie was I an extra in? It starred Kyle MacLachlan and Stephen Baldwin and Kim Coates. And I'm pretty sure it's the only movie with all of them in it. So if you want to name that, you're going to be the first commenter below the video to name that movie. You will win a prize. There's the garlic. All that's left is the triangle that nearly killed me last time. And then I think I used a hint and then forgot immediately where it was. Was the triangle, was it the instrument? Or was it just a triangle? I'm going to have to use a hint for this again, aren't I? Well, no, because I got the black and white room. Sorry, the black and white. The dark rooms to deal with. And those are the most frustrating things in the world. This is baffling what I'm up against. Hopefully the conservatory is easy. Woman's portrait. No, that's a man's portrait. That was a woman's portrait. Did not look like a woman's portrait, but okay. Glass eye, Roman soldier. See, this is good stuff. Crystal ball, starry eye. There's an eye inside a 5-pointed Star of David type of star, so that is what you meant. Do you need a ghost? Because I got a ghost. There's the glass eye. Crystal ball shouldn't be too rough. That's a human skull. No, it isn't. It's directly next to the glass eye. Nooses are always a snap. Well, not always, but like 88% of the time they're a snap. I got a compass. Need a compass? You don't. Gloves and a watch. A watch is hanging from... No, that's a earring. So yeah, if you can... The first commenter to... below this video to name that movie I was in, you will win a prize. That prize, of course, a code from the grab bag of Steam games. There are the gloves. Nice. So let's give a quick look for the watch, and then we'll go back. Oh, no, there it is. It's a pocket watch. All right, that went great. No, we have to find 5 more items before we can use a hint. This is killing me. Okay, thank you for not littering. That's why it says thank you on there. I just realized that just now. Well, I mean, I probably realized it many times in the past, but I'm talking about that specific one right there. Yeah. Oh, and of course, put the time code of the clue. There's the triangle. It was in the end. That's why it was so hard to find. Put the, where the time code of where in this video the clue was. So you can, so I can easily check it later if you end up figuring this out 6 months from when I posted it, and I've long since forgotten that I ever did this quiz. 1 footprint, 1 5-pointed star. Come on, how hard can this be? I mean, very hard, obviously. But, you know, help me out here, game. Footprint, 5-pointed star. There's 2 eyes. There's an eye over here under the bench, and there's an eye on the guitar. Is that a bass guitar, or is that just a non-electric guitar? It's just got a very big body for a guitar. Footprint, 5-pointed star. Footprint, 5-pointed star. Dizzy Gillespie, wow. That's a big deal, isn't it? Footprint, 5-pointed star. There's a nose. That's an ear. These are going to drive me crazy, aren't they? See, there's a triangle next to the bust of, I don't know, George Washington. That's what I thought about they were looking for when they wanted a triangle, not a geography triangle. How is it this difficult to find a 5-pointed star? Like, there's a key inside a glass of beer. It's a weird place for a key. I'm not saying it would make it not work. I'm sure it'll work fine, but it's weird. You know, for a guy who claimed to be trying to teach valuable moral lessons, screw you, that was 90% off the screen. You know, to just people who didn't appreciate life. It seems like Jigsaw, the Jigsaw killer from the Jigsaw movie Jigsaw, spent a lot of time targeting the specific police officers who were trying to catch him. Seems like you're mostly just angry that someone is chasing you, rather than you have a moral quest you're trying to, you know, use to change the world. I think, you know, I suspect, Jigsaw Killer, you might just be a dick. Just putting that out there. It's entirely possible that you don't actually have a moral crusade to make people appreciate life. You might just be a dick. Spoiler alert, I haven't seen the new Jigsaw movie, so it's possible that they go into that in the new Jigsaw movie. I can't say. Alright, so let's go to the Aristocrat Hotel first, because I only need 2 items, and this has more to go. Tape measure, 1 apple, pipe, scissors. Tape measure, 1 apple, pipe, scissors. Wait! That is like a padlock. That's not an apple. That's like a flute in the keyboard. That's a pot. So tape measure. Alright, so let's do this vertically, then if I fail, we'll do it horizontally. Pipe, scissors. Tape measure, apple, pipe, scissors. Wait, could this be a picture of an apple? That wouldn't make sense, would it? Oh my god, I've spent forever on this screen. I am sorry for keeping you here this long, everybody. There it is. It's in the wallpaper. Tape measure, apple, pipe, scissors. Tape measure, pipe, scissors. Come on, one more item and we're done here, people. And it's capital O over. Actually, it might not be. There might be 2 items to find in the other screen, and so it screws me for over from using my hints. Tape measure. Wait, no. Is that a tape measure? No, it's not a tape measure. Tape measure, scissors, pipe. Tape measure, scissors, pipe. That's a coffee grinder. Basically the opposite of a tape measure, scissors, and a pipe. Wait a minute, are you trying to say that under some weird theory, a single item can be the opposite of 3 different items? And the answer is yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. And if I could find the scissors, I would be happy as 3 clams in a beach. Well, not in the beach, like near the beach under the water. You know, close enough that they get some nice sun, but far enough out that they get food. Looks like I'm not going to be clam happy. Because I doubt it's right here in the corner. Alright, I got 3 items. I got 4 hints. I think we are good to go. Let's go check out the curator's office. Alright, let's find out where all these items were. Well, not all of them. What are you asking me to click on? Oh, the witch has a cat with her. That actually makes a lot of sense. Have I told you I hate... Oh, screw you. I hate everything about this level. Alright, I see you now. I am going to use the last hint to find something else. At the Aristocrat Hotel. No, Abe's Red Hot. Where was this tusk you speak of? Every time I've clicked here, I haven't seen it, even after they signaled it. So I think that's too well hidden, because the ideal amount of hiddenness is the minute you see it, you're like, oh, of course that's where it was. And this time, every time... Oh, look, it's the secret suspect! I'm so excited we're going to find out who the secret suspect is! I assume... Nope. Don't assume, everybody. Do you know why you don't assume? Because when you assume, you close yourself off to new and possibly more accurate information. It's a valuable lesson we should all learn. Oh, wow, this guy's got quite a coat on, doesn't he? How is that not the side of the guy's coat? Where the heck? Oh, wow, that was randomly the right item. Oh, I see. The coat goes all the way over here. Or not. Wait a minute. Nope, that's also not right. What is happening here? Why don't I just focus on the rest of this puzzle for a second, and then we'll, you know, figure it out otherwise. Jesus, this is strange. Right, that's definitely... Oh, that's... it's lower. Oh my god, sorry. I don't know why it didn't occur to me the dude's body goes all the way down to the bottom, but here we are. Okay. Perfection. Perfection doubled. Perfection quintupled. Quintupled? Quintupled. I was right the first time. Leaf of lettuce. Creepy doll head. Handprint? Yes! Alright, so I better start wrapping up now. I've been the Hidden Object Guru. Thanks for coming along on this journey with me. If you had a good time and you'd like to see more, you can drop by the... there's going to be some buttons coming up letting you know how to subscribe or suggesting an item you might like to watch elsewhere on the channel. Not picked by me, but rather by the mysterious YouTube algorithm. Really overpronounced all those words. So this one of these... I just want to point out that the things I'm moving are not 100% accurate to the places they're going. Because I want to make it abundantly clear. As you can see, there should be part of an H in there, and there isn't. Like in one of these should have a bit of an H in the top right of it, and it doesn't. So these are actually, because of the shadows and the way they're moved, they're slightly different than the area they're supposed to be. So yeah, if you have any questions, suggestions, or you want to enter in the contests, drop that in the comments section below the video. Take place as previously reported. Oh. So Tidwell was the prime suspect. You're damn right. So how do we... Can't we just go and arrest him now? What? Oh, okay, I guess we can't. That's weird. God, there are so many suspects. Oh. 20 minutes, well that's refreshing. We're not going to do it today, obviously, but there you go. Oh, wow. And yeah, and if you do decide to enter the quiz, be sure to, be sure to put the time code in the video that the quiz happened, so I can check the quiz answer. That just makes it easier on me. I don't have the time to go back and listen to the whole episode every time someone enters a quiz. I will admit it, I am too busy for that. I'm not saying I'm a busy person, like overall, but I am too busy for that. I appreciate you entering the quizzes. I'm happy to I do the quizzes so people can win things and I can get rid of my giant glut of Steam games, right? But obviously I cannot go and study every single one to help you win the quiz. It's just not something I have time to do. I've reached the point of the evening where my throat is giving out and I'm rambling, so I'm calling it. Thanks again for dropping by, and I will see you back here for more. But until then, au revoir.